My name is Chris Lennertz. I write the music for a lot of stuff, including The Boys and Gen V and Sausage Party and Rogers the Musical and Agent Carter and all kinds of good, and Supernatural and all kinds of good stuff.
So Chris, I told you I'd come to you talking about Rogers the Musical because I think I saw that about 10 times.
Yes.
And I was there opening day, and I was just shocked, floored, that a 30-minute musical I thought was going to be a bunch of songs just kind of strung together like, oh, it's Avengers singing. You did. I cried about 3 times. There's like all these emotional moments and beats in it. And so what I want to know is like, how did you map those emotional moments, or did they kind of come out as you started composing, and all of a sudden like you have this breadth of Captain America and his journey, and it just becomes so emotional? So what does that emotional map like?
I mean, I think what we did, the fact that the creative team was, we say often that the Venn diagram of people who love Broadway and people who love superheroes is very small.
I'm like right.
The crisscross is small. There's like 5 of us, and 4 of us were involved in Rogers. So it's like we had, our book writer has a Tony nomination, Hunter Bell, but he loves Marvel movies, and then Jordan, who directed the show and co-wrote the lyrics, he's a massive Avengers fan, but also loves Alan Menken's best, Little Mermaid and all, and Little Shop and all that stuff. So we very much kind of said, we know the Marvel universe so well, which parts of Cap's story line up in it's actually very odd. Like when you sit there and go, okay, well, the second number is part of your world meets Hercules meets Moana. Like it's all we very much built it in, and the way we did it we knew we only had 35 minutes, so we're like, we have to find what are the things that have to be in a musical to get people to cry and cheer and do all that stuff. And so we literally went, okay, here are the songs we need. Now how do we take Cap's story and make that work in there? So we knew we had the I Want song. We knew we needed a Patter song, and we okay, well, it's got to be Nick Fury who sings, who does it. And so I think that if we were to expand this, I think we would do the same. We would very much do it in a way that would live in the world of what makes our favorite Broadway musicals great, and how do we take 6, 7 different movies when you combine Cap and Avengers and put it all together, and how do we distill those points down to make sure we tell this story but within the context of still on a stage what would make you cry and cheer and laugh and stand up at the end and want to go buy t-shirts and sweatshirts and stuff.
Yeah, and everything, and ears, and
exactly.
everything. Exactly. Is there your favorite? Do you have a favorite song? I know they're all your babies, but in that musical.
I mean, I think End of the Line is probably going to be. It was actually the first one we wrote, but it was this idea, because it always struck me, especially someone who. So I did 2 years of Agent Carter. Okay. I scored that show, all of that show. And so I had this really strong connection already with Cap's early story. And so to me, there was this the thing that makes a movie like Avengers and Cap, the thing that makes that land is the fact that even though he's got powers and he's frozen in ice for 70, there's still that thing that makes anybody who's not a superhero go, oh wait, but I can connect with that. I know that feeling. And whether it's a lost love, or did I do the best I could coming back as an old man, all of those things. So when we came up with this conceit that oh, what if old Cap and young Cap sing to each other, and old Cap answers young Cap's questions about, did I do enough? Did I give it everything I have? What did I do the right thing? That becomes a really powerful song. And I think it did. I think it's definitely the most sort of emotional song, I think, in the show. And I think that finding that first allowed us to know that okay, this is going to work, because everyone, including all the way up to Kevin Feige, were I'm going to greenlight this because it's just for one summer, but this could be a disaster. Like, this could be a laughingstock disaster. And I think all of us were like, I don't know. I think we're going to swing hard, but we'll see. And it wasn't until that song got sent around and everyone's like, oh shit, this could actually be good.
Yeah.
And I don't know that anyone thought it could be good until then.
That's awesome.
So.
On your left. I know what you're thinking. I'm glad we keep our hair too.
I don't understand. How is this possible?
I don't know. Maybe the super serum? Conditioner?
I don't mean our hair. I mean this. Me, old. Me, it's impossible.
Okay. You're friends with an Iron Man, an Ant-Man, and a Spider-Man, but time travel is where you draw the line.
The time stone. Why are you here?
It's just a quick stop. You gotta remember where you've been to know where you're going.
Where am I going?
A date with destiny.
Destiny. So we're the hero to the end.
Well, that's the thing about endings, Stephen. They can be rewritten.
So what's it like sitting down to read yourself a new book, knowing exactly how it ends? We've lost so many friends. I've grown so old. I'll take that as a sign that you haven't given in. I look back on where we've been, and I hope it means we win. Volumes are spoken by your silence, no surprise for an alliance steeped in violence, even a little guidance.
I'd tell you if I could.
Like looking in a cloudy mirror, the future's here, I fear her, but it's clearer, the end is growing nearer.
Just keep fighting for the good.
10 cents a comic, a tired hero stands upon it. There's a price we all must pay. But sometimes I wonder who will save the saviors. Can we really do this all day? So here I am, now and also then, just a man, back to where he's been.
Road is rough, but wounds are healed by a thing called time. You can't forget what's waiting at the end of the line. Seems you're fighting all this writing on the wall that I'm not signing, looking for that silver lining.
Yes, you know me.
On the left you run, America's favorite son. But remember where it's going and how it
It's time to shine.
feels. So here I am, now and also then. Just one man, looking back at where he's been.
The road is rough, but wounds are healed by a thing called time.
Can't forget what's waiting.
Don't forget what's waiting.
Don't forget what's waiting at the end of the line.
How past reflections seem the same, and yet still unfamiliar.
And going into the end, they stand so still, not knowing the world that lies ahead. We'd do it all again. So here I am, now and also then. don't forget who's waiting at the end of the line.
Oh my gosh, this was like so much better than I was expecting. I'm like still emotional about it. So I thought it was just gonna be 5 songs or 5 new songs stitched together with I Could Do This All Day, the song we know from Hawkeye. And it was like a whole narrative. The whole story structure, you had Peggy Carter, you had Steve. I don't want to give away too much, but like the whole story of the Avengers saga, if you know it, and Steve and Peggy together. So I was like enraptured. I almost cried a couple times. We gave them a standing ovation because it was just incredible. And there's a lot of new songs in there. I want a soundtrack. I want a soundtrack now. I want to go in my car and sing it and learn all the songs. Especially, oh my gosh, Nick Fury is hilarious. It's one of these, like, I'm gonna see this as much as I can. So come to DCA, come see Rogers the Musical. Do it now, you guys. It's amazing.
I could do this all.
Hey, look at those names to the left. They are part of the Skywalking Force, our Patreon.
Become a producer yourself and check out all the Disney Plus themed bonus content available depending on the level you subscribe.
Become a member of the elite Skywalking Force at skywalkingforce.com.